Activist Professor Keorapetse William Kgositsile has died at the age of 79. The professor is a South African poet, national laureate, and was a founding member of the African National Congress Department of Education, as well as that of Arts and Culture. The recipient of many poetry awards, he has also studied and taught literature and creative writing at a number of universities in the United States and across Africa.
When the lights are dark.
Keorapetse Kgositsile was born in Johannesburg, Transvaal, now Gauteng. His high school years were spent at Madibani High School in Johannesburg. While there, he showed a keen interest in writing and literature, but recalls how the only books available at the time were those by European men. With some difficulty, he got works by African-American writers such as Langston Hughes and Richard Wright. He soon got a job at the newspaper New Age, where he contributed poetry and news reporting. The New Age was a radical anti-apartheid newspaper edited by political activist Ruth First. Kgositsile, being a member of the African National Congress, through the newspaper found a platform from where he could voice his contempt for the system.
I see myself as just another South African. I see myself as someone who is unapologetically, unconditionally an enemy of any kind of injustice, whether in the family, in the school, in the society at large, or anywhere else, that I would not hesitate if I had the chance to confront that injustice.
In 1961, under the instruction of the ANC, Kgositsile left the country. He first went to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where he worked for Spearhead magazine. The following year, he left United States of America, where he studied at Lincoln University, Pennsylvania University, University of New Hampshire, and Columbia University. He graduated with a Masters of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. He returned to a different South Africa in 1990, served as the Vice President of COSO in the early 90s, and used this platform to write about the slow-changing South African political landscape. Kgositsile also served on the editorial board of the short-lived Johannesburg-based This Day newspaper. From 2004 to 2009, he was the special advisor to the then Minister of Arts and Culture, Paulo Jordan. Kgositsile gained much success in the US. He published his first collection of poems, Spirits Unchained. It was well received, and he was awarded the Harlem Cultural Council Poetry Award and the National Endowment for the Arts Poetry Award.
I think the role of writing in the different phases of struggle remains constant. So if life was ever worth celebrating at any time, it's worth celebrating at all times.
In 1971, he published his most influential collection, My Name is Africa, which established him as a leading poet. Kgositsile wrote extensively about the American jazz scene. He also founded the Black Arts Theatre in Harlem. Lehana Tsotetsi, SABC News.
It's a sad day for South Africa as we digest news of the loss of world-renowned poet, writer and freedom fighter, Professor Keorapetse Kgositsile. Earlier, we spoke to family spokesperson Mandla Langa.
He passed away today, and I would say that he was one of the most generous of the poets and speakers. And he is a great, his passing is a great loss to all of us.
Mandla, are there funeral arrangements in place right now? I know it's still early days. Can you hear me?
We are working on that right now with his wife, that is Baby Kgositsile, and his surviving children, 7 of them.
Where are people gathered right now, and where can people go right now who want to show their respects or pay tribute?
Okay. They can go to the Mediterranean apartments in Kirani on North Avenue.
Earlier, the late Professor Kgositsile's lifelong friend, Professor MuSharon, who worked with him for over 40 years, shared his insights on the intellectual heritage and legacy the much-loved poet and storyteller leaves us.
I've known Willie for over 40 years. Even when he left Sofia town in the 60s, went into exile. And in 1972, when S.K.M. Pashele, was teaching at the University of Denver in the States, he invited me and Willie to join him as visiting lecturers at Denver. I couldn't make it, but Willie did. And since then, I've taught, I used to teach Willie's work in this country and in the States, even in England. And I've done that for one thing. He had an extraordinary ability to articulate very intense moments of feeling. There are times, in frustrations that we tend to lack, most of us, the expressive power to give precise expression to how we feel. We also lack that expressive power to communicate our feeling to other people, to educate the public in terms of the drift of things in this country. But Kgositsile, you read his works, the first one I can tell, the present is the nearest place to live. It captures the complex